Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the Nest, and weirdly I feel like it's been a long time since I filmed. But I don't think it has been that long, but I've just been incredibly busy. I've been away for a couple of days, and that doesn't really matter because we're here now. And if you're like me, once you get into your nest or your studio or your craft room or your special place, you just want to be present and in the moment. So that's what we are going to do right now. So it's a Sunday, it's mini makes. I thought I would update you on where I was up to with this little piece that I am loving making so much. I have done some things since I last saw you, so I thought we might in this video catch up on this one. It's my little treasure talisman that it's morphing into something else, of course. I can't plan. And start something else because I think, it's just, I love starting things, I love going midway, and I love finishing. So, well, I don't love finishing so much because I'm always ready to start. So this is the little piece that folds up like this and then wraps up with my son's tie and closes with this beautiful buckle. And I think I ended with the planning last time with it pinned, and since then I have gone a little way, and look what's happening. It's turning into something that I carry around and keep my needles in. So that's what I'm going to show you. But first of all, I hope you've got a cup of tea. Are you well? Are you happy? I know many of you are heading to Corinne's retreat. I actually had a message from Christy at So Bits, and I've got something really, really special of Christy's to show you a little later in the week. But yeah, she was on the plane heading to Queensland, and all you lucky things that are going to see Queensland in the winter when it's still like summer. So have a wonderful time. Okay, so this is a little foldy up piece, and what I've done is the block print has been sort of the backbone here. This is my mum's little treasure. Look at this. Oh, the needle through. It just makes me smile, like you saw then, because when we open it up, look at those little duckies that are upside down. I only discovered that during the week. I have to peer in like this to see them, but that is so beautifully my mum and so special. So that's the little yellow one. And what I did is I got the idea just to stitch it down on the side and leave this like a pocket. So, you know, another special thing could be kept in there. And if this talisman turns into something that not only has my memories in it, but I can use on a plane and stitch with, even the better. So the flappy, I need to have something beautiful there. I need something beautiful here. I haven't yet put this flower. I have put a little bit of texture because it's all about what it feels like in your hands. I've got the embroidery on the denim over the fleur scrap, and here I'm starting to embellish. And let's get warmed up. I love to, I'm going back to how I used to always do. I used to start with a warm-up stitch. Oh gosh, here's a very long bit. Thank you to all of you for your support of the bazaar. All I've got left is just a small number of the August Adorn kits before I close off very shortly. So if you wanted to grab it, I don't want to use that skinny needle. I had one here. But yeah, as usual, you've been so kind and so supportive, and I nearly told you, well, I should tell you that I just believe in the circular economy. So as the ting-ting of sales came in, I just got excited, and I've been buying some more things to share at workshops and to make with myself. So it just comes in and goes out in a beautiful sense of, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. It's not for certainly not for the mortgage or those things. Okay, so here is, so I talked about the bazaar because of this fluoro bit of wool that I loved dyeing. My house looks like a kaleidoscope at the moment, as I'm starting to pack. I've printed off all the labels, so yeah, making good progress because everyone got in nice and early. So what have you been up to this weekend? I imagine, well, I know in Canada it's been Canada Day this last week, and then it was 4th of July in the States. So probably a lot of celebrating and not much YouTube watching going on. But, you know, wherever we are, it's always a small world. And speaking of that, I just found out that our dear friend Bron from Victoria has been in the UK and Europe with Leanne, who comes to the 5-day Fleur, and they booked on a textiles tour of Paris. And would you believe that our other friend, like I'm not saying in all our stitchy community, our friend Keisha had booked on exactly the same textile tour in Paris without either party knowing about it. So how is that? That is truly the smallest world. And it just shows like minds, when people are together or have the opportunity, they you know, want to dream things like that. I've not done well, you know, I'm back to stitching just recently. So all the times that all the places I've been when I wasn't stitching, now I think, oh, imagine if I went there now. No plans for that at the moment, but well, plans for travel. Counting the days. I've got Adelaide the week after next, and this is Miss Rose Sister Violet's fabric that I'm embroidering at the moment. Well, I don't call it embroidering, but stitching, because I don't want to offend embroiderers. That's why I'm saying that. Adelaide, then back for a little week, and then off to the States, so which is very, very, you know, wonderful. As I say, not even a dream come true, because it's beyond my wildest dreams. And it's a reminder we just have to be open, listen, be true to ourselves, listen to our hearts, and say yes when it's right. And again, my husband and I were saying, it's just, you know, I could never even have thought of this 2 years ago. Just wasn't an option. So it's here now, and I've met all of you. And the fact that we get to stitch along together is the magic. I was really touched when a number of you said in the comments that while you weren't traveling, you were thinking of making something similar to this, using, you know, loved ones' clothes, like attaching memory and story to it. And I know they're called all sorts of things, but I suppose what it all is in common is that we use special pieces or things that evoke memories as we make. So a little bit of yummy sort of fluoro-y wool. Go on a little journey up here. So it's the colouring in approach to the flower. Just do a few petals at a time, go on a wander, and then do something different. So speaking of special things, I am rearranging the nest at the moment. Well, I'm forever rearranging because it's never arranged. I'm trying to find space to make all the kits and bundles that I need to take away. And, you know, we were talking about special family bits, and I've probably shown you these before, but I found these. And this is my mum's writing. Pearls worn knotted in honeymoon photos. Pink crepe dress. Many occasions. So I don't want to break them, but you know, I was thinking if I find some of her other bits that she's given me, not so valuable, well, these are not real, obviously, wouldn't it be nice to have a little set of my mum's, yeah, something of hers. It just goes so beautifully. And I'll always treasure that. So have the bits you love around you. My son bought this back from India when he went, and sequins just popping there. So what are we going to do now? We start a new thing and then come back to this, because in making a new thing, I might find the thing that I special bit that goes there and there. As I said, that's a tuck a little bit pocket. Yeah. And small enough to go on the tray table in the plain still. Oh, that's right. I came across that, which is from Jaipur. And I actually like the fluoro. So if you're new to harvesting, we only need little bits of things, and the more you do it, your eye sort of starts to see patterns and colours, and so this bit of fabric here is all green leaves, but if I add that, and you know, who would have thought that that would be fluoro? Oh, and that side's even more fluoro. I like that. So that's I like these little surprises. Get the pins out. In a minute I'll be saying I don't have enough pins. Colette's going up as well, I just remembered. I hope you're feeling better, Colette. What a lovely way to finish your holiday and stitch. I've been watching Karen. She's going. So, yeah, what a crowd. And I'm sure we'll see lots of updates and news about them. All right, so let's leave that there. There's my cupcake. I need to make some more cushions. Hello, Tracy. Found you this one, you on the floor. Hadn't been on the floor, but fell off out of a load of stuff. So that's good. I've got more pins. Never have enough pin cushions. All right, let's do a mini make that we don't know what it's going to turn into. Here's a piece of beautiful vintage blanket. It could become a long pin cushion. It could become something, whatever we want, but really, I just want to cover it with fabric and see where it leads me. Oh, I've got that beautiful. This is silk that I got in Chennai or in Jaipur, can't remember, but beautiful, beautiful, nearly out of it. Maybe that could come on here and be a mini. I've got this. Sunday afternoon playtime. It's rather a big piece. It's probably too big. That's nice. What else have I got? Bit of hot pink. Let's try this doesn't tear. I'm finding these are really handy. I mean, I feel like I'm sort of starting like I used in my in July jingles the other day. Not going to pin yet because it's still playtime. We need lots of little things for mini makes. So a little bit of harvesting I've got. Found this. Haven't used crochet for a while. Always love the idea of this, and if you've got heaps and heaps, you know that you can dye them and make them any colour that you want. I have so many piles around me, and I'm looking for pattern at the moment. How about we have a little bit of that little rosebud. Go without the blue. Make a garden. Am I in the centre? Because I really have, gosh, you're seeing everything messy around me. I don't know how that has happened. It's a bit of funny lighting, but anyway. That's a palm tree in there. I'm just looking through what you can see, and you're probably going, oh my gosh. I've even got beads over here. What's that? That's a nice little scrappy bit. Nothing except the unexpected. So this is real true scrappy. Look at that. It's a bit white, but we can make a bit of a fringe on it. I want to start a new piece this week, even though I'm very busy with prep work, but you know, it's not really work, it's just fun. But I want to do a piece for an exhibition, and I've found out that I need to get it done before I go away. It's a different timing. And yeah, I thought just work on something that is for an exhibition, not a pouch, not a tote, not a practical piece, just a beautiful piece. So once I get, well, I feel like I am in control, most things sorted, I'm going to start to play, and I've got some beautiful vintage pieces. And it's going to be very vintage. Oh, this was on the floor. My floor is really, it's not dirty. It's just, it's piles of things that I haven't got room on the tables for. I was talking to someone, who was it? My friend Kerry, and she said, you know, sometimes it just comes down to storage, which it does. I've transformed my son's bedroom here into my nest, and it really is a boy's bedroom. It has the smallest cupboard that has no shelves in it, so it's a wardrobe. And it's got that big space, you know, up above the hanging rail, and that's it. So I've had to sort of build, and I haven't bought any any storage. So hence it is a as I often say, my husband is a patient man. Patient, yeah. There we go. A little yellow flower to bring us joy on a Sunday. I still have this beautiful, that's going to play the place of honor somewhere. I do have a leftover flower from July Jingles. Maybe I could colour that in. We've got some yellow happening here. I like it because of the texture. But nope. I'm going to save that because I don't have much of it left. Oh, a bit of velvet. Now we're talking. Look at that. All right, we're going to start. Do it all different because I picked that up. That's why we call it play. And I know you get that. It's just if you're new, you might be going, what on earth is she doing? The answer is, I don't know. But you have to give yourself permission to just move things around. And not, you know, some of us find that difficult. And I acknowledge that. And in no way do I want, as I said lots, don't be mini-me's. Just watch and have fun, and then do you. And see what happens. I just got carried away because it's so beautifully luscious as velvet, as I've said probably 3 times already. I've got a plastic bag underneath my feet, which is not making a great sound. I'll just go for another little dig under here. Oh gosh, you know, I'd lost that bit, and there she was. Look at this. I was just laughing to myself. I thought we could make mini makes with things on your floor. Here we go again. Look at the orange and the green there. And take that white bit off. I'm feeling like stronger colours. Garden. And that becomes the centre part. As I'm doing this, I'm just working out whether I should have been showing you what I've been buying and how long it will stay available before it has to go in the box to be shipped. I'll have a think about that. So it's a very interesting garden at the moment because it hasn't really got any shape and the flowers aren't talking to each other. So in a way, I'm glad that I'm sharing because it's a process of layering. Oh, there's a bird. Been thinking of some of you that have been with me for so long. I want to say hello, Terry. Started the Facebook group. What about Julie from Idaho? How are you, Julie? Amelia from Tasmania. Teresa. Every single person that watches is special, and I said to my husband, I really don't want people to think I've forgotten. I don't know how that bird used to go, but what if the bird's in that garden? This bud is not quite right yet. I like it when things like this happen. Like there's some flowers. I'm going to keep the blue on. And join that flower onto there. Maybe more like that. I've just been looking up here. Oh. This lovely bag that came from Fleur. Look at that fabric. It was the bright one. I wonder who the bag came from. Oh, what's even more fun is could we play a little game with what's in here? How about that? I kept all those things together. And that's a nice fluoro braid, fluoro cotton in there. got one of these for something to embellish. With fluoro. So at this point, this is just deliberately very random, because this could be the cover of a book. I want to do a fabric covered book soon. Who knows? I'm going to cut that bit off there. So we can see the hot pink. Make that flower talk to that one up there. Maybe more like that. With chartreuse. I could let that hang down a bit. I think that's enough of a start to you can see I want to use that. I want to use that silk bit. Very funny. Okay, now sometimes people say, what would you do now? Would you stitch it all down? Well, yes and no. We will do some stitching. Got a pile of bits there. We would do some stitching if I had the piece that we were. So look at all of these. This is a little pile of bits and pieces that you may remember. I could have used that. Oh gosh, that's good. In terms of colour matching, how about we do this? Take that one off. No. Well, yes, but I'll save it for a bigger one. There's another one. All these little pieces. Back to the drawing board. Let's just find a needle. But you know why I'm hesitating? Where is the piece that I was working on at the beginning of the video? How can that? You can shout at me and I will not be offended. Here she is. Very dangerous to be left alone on Kate's desk. All right. You could stitch this down with tiny tacking, or use lots of pins, or whatever you like. But I use some contrasting thread. This needle is skinny, but I got it. I want to see how many pieces I can get down from scratch in quite a lazy way. So I've got this gold because the bird's tail has got this goldy colour on it. So that's inspiring me to do the feathers. And I'm coming up here. I mean, how good is it that Taylor Swift is married? I'm a bit of a romantic, and last night in honor of that, I watched the End of the Eras documentary while I got through it while I stitched, and that's why I just suddenly thought of that. Like tonight, I can't wait to watch some more and stitch. I sort of caught up on all the YouTubes. So then I give myself permission to just, I love the music of it. Oh my gosh, apologies, that was a sneeze that really shook the place. So we're going on the edge of the bird. I didn't go right out there because that may go, that leaf, but for the moment, just hanging. Now we're up in the corner, and I'll sort of turn into an invisible stitcher around the bird's head. I'm going through velvet. And I'm not going all the way through the cantha because I think I might have reminded you about that. You know, cantha is tough to go all the way through, so just do the top layer. It's one layer of cotton sari, that's all. In this sort of context, like you mightn't be using it in a collage way. And we'll do a little bit of just colouring a bit over this blue. Of the bird. She's looking pretty. So in that one thread, and we've still got halfway to go, we've got a bit of bird's tail. We've outlined sort of the bird onto both this block print, onto the cantha, onto the velvet, and now we're going to go on an excursion. What I'm thinking we might do is cut this petal around it so it's less square and more garden-like. So prune as you go. And now I can see that that flower is joining onto there, that part of the green motif, and that's another petal. And we've got all this spare cream space that we haven't trimmed down at all yet, so let's, oh, I sliced a little of the head there, didn't really mean to do that. A little bit less. So this is like the bird on the flower beside the other flower. I'm going to use the big fluoro to blend them together. And if it doesn't work, we just keep adding over the top. I'll probably harvest a bit in it. Shall we do it now? She needs to come down lower. Now we're on a roll. So we've got choices. I'm going to just canter straight across, except I can't go straight, so I'm going to just do random little stitches. To get my way over here. And now we're going to have some fun. Gosh, I suddenly thought, what if this isn't recording? I'll stand up in a minute. And if it hasn't been, you'll never know. Now I'm just getting the top of the canther onto this beautiful little voile Indian fabric. Let's just outline this flower. We're not going to go up too high because that could get cut off or have something over the top of it. So the one thing I do know that will stay is this pretty flower. So I'm just outlining in my funny form of Did I finish my sentence then? I can't even remember. I'm just lost in the moment, girls. That's what this is about for me. Just, it's not that I don't care, but I just let the flow take me. And now we'll go back here. Let's do a little bit of a, make this beginning of the flower stand out. So a few little stem stitches. Take us down to here. And colour in this. used up all the gold. Oh my gosh, look how long this video has been. Okay, so where to from here? This will not stay beige like that. You can imagine that this hot pink is going to join it, and I'm going to find some of that bright, something else bright that will go in here. So it's a work to be continued, but look, time just flies and you're released from any pressure to make anything specific with a mini make. Just scrappy things. This may stay whole, it may get cut up. It doesn't matter. So that's there. Oh, for goodness sake, I forget. That's what was missing. But it needs to be coloured in. Have I got another pin that I could just put on there? How come my videos are getting longer? Goodness. Just in the flow. Right, so that's the beginning of the mini make, and here's the little progress on this one with my mum's little pouch and some embroidery and fluoro. So how about that's a little juxtaposition. So much more we could do, but I better stop. We'll take the birdie out of the way, clean the table a little bit, put lace up there to cover the bit of paper that got stuck and has never been able to get off because the glue spilt. Of course it did. All right, there we go. I hope there's been just something in there to make you smile, and that you were stitching or doing something that you loved alongside me. Until next time, this is Kate in the Nest. Thanks so much for being here. See you again. Bye.